Welcome back, everyone. Oh, we've got a good interview for you here. It's really widely known that one of the best activities you can ever have with your family is to go boating. And boating, I would say in the last 10 years, has taken a very interesting turn. Pontoon boats have become really omnipresent everywhere. And the history of the pontoon boat is really unusual. So we went on the hunt to find somebody who would really understand this subject. And lo and behold, Bernie Hill, who's the owner of Easy Marine, is also Bernie the Pontoon Man. And that's for good reason. So welcome, Bernie.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here.
Yep.
I'm right about this, right?
Yep.
Grandpa's boat.
Yep.
In the 1990s.
Yep.
What started this phenomenon of pontoon boats?
Well, it started originally with, families going out on the lake and trying to,
Hang out together. That's right.
So forth. And basically it was reference to, the grandfather always going out there with his grandkids and going out on the lake and boating. And that's kind of where it got the name from. Mm-hmm. And over time, there's changes, generational changes caused.
You know what caught me about this was that and I'm one of those guys. I've been a boater my whole life. I look out there and there's these little floating boxes going like 10 miles an hour. They were the laughing stock, and now you see these things rigged with big horsepower, fancy designs, and all kinds of features. And that was really part. If we're saying that this phenomena sort of started in the 90s, you've got a generational change between the 90s and now.
Right.
So now you see this every day. You sell a heck of a lot of pontoon boats. What's this buyer like?
Well, it's a different style buyers. Most of them are the baby boomers is really what it is, and they still want to be able to have a good ride. And what's happened is they originally had bow riders, and they got tired of bouncing around on a lake and the difficulty of riding in a bow rider, and they basically went and said, well, we're going to have something better to ride in. And well, the pontoon became the choice.
Now, the pontoons, by the way, the configuration of the boat is very different. When he's talking about a bow rider, that's traditionally like a V-hull boat.
Correct.
You get out there, bang, 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 bang. You get bounced around a lot. They're loud. You can't talk to the people over the windshield who are sitting in the bow of this bow rider. But on a pontoon boat, set up very differently. Cuts the water differently. And it's a big open space, like a room.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So now tell me, because I really have to laugh when I see them moving along. What kind of horsepower are people putting on these things?
Well, now the trend is, they used to be 50 horse. Now the trend has gone up to 90, 150, 200, and as much as 300 horse. So that's the trend.
That really nails me. It really does.
And going anywhere from 35 miles an hour to 65 miles an hour in speed. So.
That's insane. Anybody out there, even the casual boater, knows what we're talking about here. And maybe if you're not in boating, but you've been thinking about it, maybe you'd like to get into boating, in which case you got to go see Bernie. But and the features, and again, without getting too technical for our audience, but some of the things like backup cameras, video screens,
hydroelectric steering, power steering, beautiful sound systems on these boats. Some of them are better than your own home stereo systems.
That's right. So. And a phenomenon in boating called side thrusters.
Yes.
Right? And a side thruster does what?
Well, basically, it's joystick driving, and it's brand new. It's coming up where a consumer can, basically parallel park a pontoon boat. And my manufacturer has basically one of the first to come online with this technology, and it's going to make boating even easier for those that have a hard. That's really the biggest problem is people learning how to dock a boat.
Spend any time at the town dock, and
you understand it.
Understand exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Just to help our viewers out here, a joystick is really a joystick, and what you do is you move it in whatever, like a video game, in whatever position you put it in, the boat will actually go in that position.
Correct.
And the side thrusters allow you to actually move it just in a parallel way. Trust me, it helps a lot if you're docking or pulling away, especially if the wind is not in your favor, let's say. Have you got a favorite pontoon boat? design or horsepower?
Generally speaking, they have a twin engine system with a hard deck on it, and it's a beautiful boat. Again, it has the backup cameras on it, and it's got 600 horse on the back of it, and it'll go about 65 miles an hour. So.
And tell me if I said this correctly. You're probably seeing more and more that families are pleasantly surprised on the lifestyle aspect of all this, right?
Yes. It's basically the opportunity to take your family, and you've got them kind of captured for the day. They can't leave you. They have to stay with you for the day, and that's the big benefit of having a boat where you can go out on the water and you're out there with your family, get to know your family again, versus the current lifestyles where everybody's on their cell phone or on the computer, or everybody's in their own little rooms. They can't. They're all together. So it kind of brings the family together.
And it really opens up the opportunity for water sports too, right? I mean, you
Absolutely.
can ski behind these things, for God's sake.
With the new speeds and stuff like that, they can water ski. You can wakeboard behind them. They just don't produce the wake that a regular wakeboard boat produces, but they're still a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you something. As somebody who was around when I first spotted this little floating box going 10 miles an hour, and thinking to myself, what the heck is that thing? All the way to now where you watch these things go across the water. They're designed beautifully. They're built well. They have all these features and amenities. And honestly, Bernie, the thought that it's the opportunity to get the whole family together. And you're right. It is a captured audience, but everybody is able to have fun and do their thing.
Absolutely.
Right? And so Bernie the Pontoon Man, Bernie Hill, Easy Marine, you got to go talk to Bernie if you want to follow up on this. And I really encourage you to do it. There's a lot of shows coming up. It's the fall. It's actually a great time to buy a boat, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. We're basically getting, trying to sell off our leftover boats, which are the 15s, and the 16s are coming in. So it's a great time to come in and negotiate a deal.
I gotcha. Well, Bernie, thanks so much. Thank you for taking the time. We had to drag you down from up on the northern part, right?
Yeah.
And look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for coming
All
in.
right. Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, which is looktvonline.com.